Hi there, this is Supriya and I'm back again with another topic on Selenium WebDriver series. So let's start. In the last video we have seen all different type of 8 locators and different type of elements like text boxes, drop downs, check boxes, links, buttons, icons, images. So these are all the elements and we have seen how to locate these elements and execute them in Java. However, in this video, I'll tell you how to locate the drop-down as the web element, and in the last video, I did not cover tag name as a locator, so that we will see in this video. Okay, so let's start. So if I want to select any date from this drop down, say 13 or any date, and the month from this drop down, or the year from this drop down, how to do that? First I'll inspect this drop down, okay, and we can see that this section is being highlighted. So any drop down will have the tag select as the tag name, like all the links will have A as the tag name, all the text boxes will have input as the tag name. So in the same way, all the drop downs will have select as the tag name. Now how to locate this drop down? So we have inspected this drop down, that is the date drop down, and this has highlighted this section. We can see the select tag name over here. Now in Eclipse, what we will do, we will make the use of select class. Okay, so I'm not going to write the code again for launching a browser, and then the page load timeouts, implicitly wait, maximizing the window, and getting the website. Okay, so I will, that we have already seen in couple of previous videos. So if you want, you can just go through them again. However, I'll just start from here, okay, wherein I have located the text box, the first text box, and I'm entering my name over there. So I'll just go back to that application. So I'll just close this. So here, this text box, I have located this text box, and I have and I'm going to enter my name over here. Now in order to locate the drop down here, I'll inspect this drop down again. So I'll do inspect. I have this highlighted over here. Now I'll write the class. Okay, now we make the use of the select class in Selenium. Select is a predefined class in Selenium library, and we make the use of select class in order to locate the drop downs. Okay, so I'll just say select. I'll say select as the reference variable. I'll create the object of the select class. Okay, now you can see that it's showing some error. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so once you start writing select is equal to new select, it will throw you the error. Now this error is asking you to import select class from org.openqa.selenium package. So you will just import this, and this error will go. This error that you can see in new select is asking you to enter the argument. Okay, so what argument you will put over here? You will say driver dot web element, driver dot by dot. Now which locator you will be using to locate this element. So can we use ID over here? You will always use ID as the priority. Okay, if ID is available, you will always use ID as the locator, and then the remaining ones like class name, name, and most commonly used is XPath. XPath locator is used when you are not able to locate any element by using these locators like class, name, and links and all. But then if ID is available, you will always make the use of this locator. This is of high priority. Okay, so I'll just copy this ID value. Okay, so I'll just write it over here. So I don't need to tell you again how to write this code. Driver dot by dot okay, just a moment. It's giving, oh, I'm so sorry. It's driver dot find element by dot ID, and you will say, you'll just enter the value over here. Okay, so what it is doing, when you are passing this argument over here inside the constructor of select class, you are telling Selenium that this is my web element, and you have to select this web element. Okay, which web element? This web element. Okay, so when you are passing this web element as an argument inside the constructor of select class, it will identify the web element. However, you would need to perform the action on that web element. And what is that action? You would need to select the value from this drop down. So let's say if I want to select 15 from this drop down, what I will do, I'll just say select. Now this is the reference variable. Using this reference variable of select class, I'll get the option of different methods, okay, that are available inside the select class. So I'll make use of select by value or select by visible text method. So any one method you can select. So I'll just go by select by value, and I'll say 15 because I want to select 15 as my date of birth. So I'll say 15, and let's see if it selects 15 or not. So just to revise, here I am I am setting the system property. This will launch my Chrome browser. This is my implicitly waits. Okay. This will delete all my cookies. This will maximize my window. This will open my website. Okay. And this code will enter Supriya Mishra text in this field, in this text box. Okay, so first it will locate this text box, okay, and then it will enter this text Supriya Mishra, and then coming to the drop down, it will locate this drop down by using the select class, okay, and then it will select 15 as the date from this drop down. Okay, so let's see if it does. If after execution we'll see the results. So let me just save this and run this. So it's launching my browser. It will enter my website. It got maximized and my page got loaded. My name got entered, and see my the day 15 has been selected from the drop down. Now if I want to select say September from this drop down, how do I do that? So in the same way, I'll just close this browser first. In the same way, I'll just inspect this element first. Okay, so I'll just right click over here, say inspect, and let me select ID as my locator. Okay, and in the same way, now this is also a drop down, so I'll make the use of select class again. So I'll say select one. Why select one? Because I've already used this reference variable, so it will give you the duplicate error if you use this reference variable again. So I'll say select one is equal to, I'll create the object of this select class, I'll pass the argument, I'll say driver dot find element by dot ID. Okay, and I'll just enter that value that I've copied from the HTML DOM. Okay, and I'll just write the select one as the reference variable dot, I'll select by visible text method, and what argument I'll be passing over here, I'll say August. Okay, let me just save this and run this again. So my browser got launched, my website will open, it got open, and my page got loaded. My name should enter now. Yeah, okay, so it got entered. 15 is selected from this drop down, and August is being selected from this drop down. All right, so this is how you make the use of select class to locate the drop down as the web element, and you need to just pass this web element as the parameter. All right, and you have to pass the value as an argument inside this select by visible text method. Okay, so let me give you a homework. So from this website, you just practice it on your own and try to select the value from this year drop down and from this state drop down. All right, now this is all about locating the drop down by making the use of select class. Also, let us understand how to make the use of tag name as the locator. Okay, and then we are done with this session. So just give me a moment. Okay, so in this application, if you see this logo, okay, this is an image. Actually, this is an image, and on clicking this image or logo, you are redirected to another page. Okay, so by using the tag name, we can get the attribute of this particular logo or the image, and how to do that. So this is one of the use of the tag name. There can be many uses, like if on this page you have several links, like this is one link, this is another link, and there are so many links you can see. Okay, and we want to get the value of all the links in one go, then you can make the use of tag name. So as I said that for links, your tag name will always be A. You have to just give the value as A as a value inside the tag name, and you will get the list of all the links on a particular page. So this is another example of making the use of tag name. So but then coming back to one of the example of just getting the attribute for this image, I'll just write one piece of code. Okay, so I'll just leave the select code as it is, and below that let's say driver dot find element by dot let me first inspect this image. Okay, and you can see the highlighted section. It has img as the tag, which is image tag, and if I want to get this URL, which is a redirecting URL, okay, that means if you click on this logo, you will be redirected to this URL, to this page, and I want the value of this src. src is my attribute. I want the value of this src attribute. Okay, so I'll just say let me just go to Eclipse. I'll say by dot tag name, since we are now learning tag name as the locator. Tag name, and inside this tag name I'll give the name of the tag. Okay, and my tag is img, image. Okay, now I want this to be displayed on my console, this source value. Source is my attribute, img is my tag name. So by writing this driver dot find element by dot tag name img, this element will be identified if there is a single image. If there are multiple images, so you will have multiple images. So for that you will have to create a for loop, so that we will see in the later videos. For now, since there is only one image on this page, I'm just giving you this example. Okay, so here since there is one image, so I'll say driver dot find element by dot tag name img. So this element will be located. Okay, and then I'll say I'll just store this value inside the web element. Okay, and let me say image as the variable. Okay, so if you just mouse over this find element, it is returning web element type. Okay, so if whenever you write this line, that is driver dot find element by dot tag name image, it will return a web element, not just this tag name locator, but any other locator that you use. Say here driver dot find element by dot id, or driver dot find element by dot name, XPath, CSS selector, class name, link text. All these will return web element. Okay, so if you want to save the value returned from this line of code, it will be saved in the variable which is of web element type. Okay, so if you mouse over find element, you can see that it is returning web element, and it is saved inside the image. I've just given any random name as an image. Okay, so the value will be stored over here that you can print inside the console. So I'll just say system.out.println, and I'll say image dot. Now I need to get attributes value, so I'll select get attribute. This time I'm selecting get attribute. However, there are different methods that you can see. If you want to get text, then you will select this get text method, and so on and so forth. Okay, so for now I just need the attribute value, so I'll select get attribute, and I have to give the name of that attribute over here. Okay, I have to, and what is the name of my attribute? It is src, and that should get printed on my console. So what value should get printed? src is equal to this value, https value till .jpg. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so first what it will do, it will open my browser, it will enter this website and open this website. Alright, and my name Supriya Mishra will be entered in this text box. Let me just go to home page. Okay, okay, just a moment guys, I'm so sorry. Let me just open this again.